We're at the beginning of Act 2, Scene 1. It is the start of Act 2, and Kyle and Eben have been asleep in each other's arms in the bed, and Ralph and Mavis sit on the bench, which has been moved downstage, left, soaking in the morning sun.
Do you think Eben's gay?
I don't know. Haven't really thought about that.
Not that I'm judging, mind
Of
you.
course not. No. I mean, he's into theater and stuff, but lots of people are, I guess.
Wait. Remember when he was a kid and first saw Dolly Parton on TV?
He was obsessed with her.
Yeah, I don't know if he was gay. He would have been so fixated on her breasts.
Although...
What?
I really don't want to say it.
No, what?
Okay. This is perhaps not a politically correct thing to say.
This conversation has been politically correct up until this point.
True. Well, remember how he used to stuff basketballs up his shirt and lip sync and dance around to the record his parents had of Dolly Parton's greatest hits?
Oh, yes, that. I wonder if his parents realize he might be gay.
Wait, what about Kyle?
What about him?
Well, do you think he might be gay? Like, he and Eben might be an item?
No. Well, I could see people thinking that about the two of them. Certainly. But Kyle was a Marine.
True.
Shit. The weekend's over already. I don't want to leave.
Do you realize we've just spent the last hour obsessing about two men who may or may not be gay? What does this say about us?
Us? It says nothing about us. I mean, you're the one who brought it up.
No, I think you did.
Did I?
I don't know.
I might have just said something that could have been interpreted that way. I definitely would not be thinking about gay guys.
Of course. I wasn't trying to imply anything there.
You're the one who kept the topic going.
Was I? Oh, sorry.
Kyle definitely slugged down his beer like a regular guy.
Yes, he did.
Let's go get breakfast.
Yes, let's. Think I'll get a Western omelet.
I think I'm in the mood for some pancakes and sausage.
Sausage?
Bacon. I want bacon. What are you snickering at?
Nothing.
Well, stop it.
Or we could skip breakfast.
Oh?
Remember that one section in this park?
Yes.
Haven't been there since we were teenagers.
Come on, we're a little old for that shit now.
Poor Howard and Lydia.
Why?
Well, imagine if Eben is gay. He's their only child. No grandchildren.
You could always adopt. I can tell you something worse than no grandchildren.
Oh?
Our daughter giving us grandchildren with that thing she's currently dating.
Oh, God. Yeah. You know, if she was a lesbian, I could live with that. I mean, I know she's not one, but...
I would rather her date a stereotypical bull-dyke lesbian than the guy she's dating now.
Yes. You hate Cole. You've made that clear.
You don't like him either.
No, but he's really into our daughter. He makes her happy. He doesn't neglect her. He doesn't abuse her. He doesn't cheat on her.
Guess she could do worse.
Ralph, you remember when you first met my parents with your torn jeans and long hair?
Oh, yeah.
My brother was fighting in Vietnam, and then enter my anti-war hippie boyfriend. My parents hated you.
They hated me? Wait, no. I mean, I know your father wasn't always overly fond of me, but he was a cold fish towards everybody. But your mother liked me, didn't she?
Oh, no. She hated you more than Dad ever did. She was just better at hiding it.
Wow. Can't believe she hated me.
She spent every night crying herself to sleep, worried my brother might never come back home. So your participation in anti-war protests really bugged her. And now, here we are. My parents.
We are not your parents.
We kind of
Would
are.
your father take your mother to the corner of the park and, you know?
Oh my God! Yuck!
You wanted to do this a minute ago.
Yes, and then you mentioned my parents doing it.
Your mother looked good for her age. And not the worst image in the world.
You're terrible. Let's go get breakfast.
Well, I could visit you sometime this summer.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh.
What is it?
Uh,
What's wrong?
I'm fine. Just got a
Anna.
Your head's warm. You're burning up.
No, really, it's nothing. It's nothing.
When he got home that afternoon, Kyle noticed that he had a fever of 103. He saw his doctor the next day and realized he had shingles.
Shingles, for any one of us, is a major inconvenience. But when one has AIDS, it's the beginning of the end.
Yes. And you were sensitive enough to say that to me as soon as I found out he had shingles. But I digress. We continued as we always had, talking online every day, watching the same TV show. And then 3 months later...
I can't believe you never took down that boyfriend application.
It's not like anyone's responding.
And Evan's okay with that?
He's never told me to take it down.
Well, that settles it. He's an idiot.
Come on!
No, really. Either he's too scared to lose you and won't speak up when I totally would speak up, or he doesn't realize it's still up. I don't know.
Oh, well, the idiot is high, by the way.
Oh, tell him I said hi as well. Ooh, what's this?
Oh, Eben made me a mix CD.
Oh, that is so cute. Anyway, the girls and I are going out to the Whistling Werewolf. Sure you don't want to join?
I'm sure.
Is Eben still planning on visiting next month?
Yeah, I can't wait to show him around the area. You know, we went driving around for like 4 or 5 hours when I visited him, and he showed me where he went to school, where he used to hang out.
Granted, it wasn't all that different from this area, but he held my hand almost the entire time we drove around.
That's a really sweet story. Do you think the two of you might ever, move closer to each other at least?
Can we just get into this some other time, please?
Just asking an innocent question. There's enough room for the three of us, I guess.
I really do not wish to take this conversation any further right now.
We have that spare room that would make a great bedroom for... Oh, wait, no. If he moved in, he would sleep with you and your...
He's not moving in. Not now. Not ever.
That's certainly romantic. Reminds me of when Prince Charles and Princess Diana announced their engagement, and everyone asked them if they're in love, and Charles, being the ever-romantic soul, says, whatever in love means. Granted, he is the man who told the love of his life that he wished he could be a tampon, so... Kyle, what's going on? You okay?
Alice, I'm dying.
No. Stop.
No. You live here with me. You can see how my health is slowly declining, and one day you will wake up and... find I'm not here.
I can't take this right now.
I want you to be prepared. You need to be prepared. When I reach the final phase of my illness, I don't want to subject you or anyone else
to what will happen. I will disappear.
But...
Please, I need to be alone then. Alice!
It was awkward at work today. Customer was being very flirtatious and then asked me out.
What happened? Did you say yes?
Of course not.
Why?
Because I love you.
You can't put your life on hold for me.
I'm not.
But you are. You seem to think this is going somewhere where it never can.
I thought we were in love.
You have no idea how much I love you. But you have your whole life ahead of you, and I don't. My story is coming to an end while yours is basically about to begin, and I want you to live.
You want me to see other people?
Yes.
Are you seeing anyone else?
Of course not.
Then why the fuck are you pushing me away?
I'm not. I'm just asking you to think more logically here.
Fuck you!
Hun? Hun? Please respond. Please?
After that, we stopped speaking for a few months.
A truly frightening scene today. Again, this is now going on in 2 cities. We had 2 explosions, 2 planes hitting the World Trade Center here in New York, and reports of fires at the State Department, which has been evacuated, and the Pentagon, which has also been evacuated.
Kyle used to work at the Pentagon after he'd been stationed in Okinawa.
I don't want to hear about it.
He was a Marine.
He hurt you, and you should keep him off your mind.
Mother's right. Wait, Kyle was a Marine? I must have known that, but a Marine and a gay.
He wasn't gay at the time. Okay, he was, but in denial. He was actually engaged to a woman over there. When she called off their engagement, he snuck into her driveway in the middle of the night and removed the entire bottom of her car. And he spent one night in a Japanese prison before his superior officer got him released.
And you find that story amusing?
Hey, you loved when Angela Bassett's character set fire to her ex-husband's car and Waiting to Exhale. I don't want to hear it.
But Evan, you're forgetting the best part. She also put all of his belongings inside the car before doing that.
And now you see why I'm terrified of your mother. Yeah, I don't think any of these tools are going to work. I'll be out in the garage.
The White House has also been evacuated on the basis of what the Secret Service describes as a terrorist threat.
Eben, I'm not sure you'll respond. I hope you will. I don't know if you're in the city right now or not. I can't remember if that film festival thing you were going to was this week or next. I hope you're not there. I mean, are you okay? No matter what you may think, I do love you. And I miss you.
I miss you as well.
You know what? I'm sure I know the answer to this, but did you see the news footage of Bush in that classroom when he found out what was going on?
Yes.
Remember when I said I was cautiously optimistic about his presidency? Strike that optimistic part. The man is in way over his head.
I guess. Right now, I'm hoping he manages to be the president we need.
So, are you seeing anyone?
Not seriously, no.
Oh, have you been with anyone?
Well,
It's okay, I want you to have a life.
A couple guys from the club.
When?
Well, I hooked up with them last Sunday, after X-rated bingo.
Wow! So, you literally meant a couple of guys at the same time.
Look, if this makes you uncomfortable...
I love you and I want you to be happy, and honestly, I'm a tad jealous of those two. Was it 2 or more?
2. Remember, my father taught English. I don't say couple if I mean 3 or more.
Right. Anyway, yeah, I'm jealous, but also the thought of you having sex is giving me a boner right now, and I kind of want to know what happens next so I can, I don't know, live vicariously through you at the moment.
This just in. As flights all over the country have been grounded with people stranded at airports, around 13 members of the Bin Laden family, alongside their associates and bodyguards, have been flown out of the country on chartered flights with
Oh my god! They're letting Bin Laden's siblings fly out of the country now? What the fuck? Flights are being grounded, and the only people allowed to leave the country are the family members of...
And relax. I know you always get on your soapbox, but just take a moment to breathe. You've heard the expression black sheep of the family, haven't you? Osama bin Laden's father had so many children. There are siblings Osama never met.
In my family's case, it would have been weird to have a white sheep in the family. That's why we don't really keep...
See, I actually met 2 of Osama bin Laden's brothers and 1 of his sisters, and despite who they were related to, they were very nice people.
How did you meet any of the Bin Ladens?
While I was working at the Pentagon.
Why the hell were the Bin Ladens visiting the Pentagon?
Evan, the family is into contracting. I mean, they have major contracts with this country. It's one of the reasons why there's so much anti-American sentiment in Saudi Arabia.
They're sending troops into Afghanistan.
Yeah, I was talking to Smith earlier today. He seems to think this is a huge mistake and doesn't see it ending well.
I'm not a fan of war, but the Taliban did refuse to turn over bin Laden. Not much choice here, I'm afraid. I just wish we had a better president who I felt knew what he was doing. Wouldn't that be nice?
Kyle, you have military experience. What do you think about us going to the war in Afghanistan?
Our closest allies are with us on this, but Afghanistan has been the downfall of many an empire.
Smith says we don't belong there.
You know, I hate to say this, but we kind of do. Our government was so concerned about the communists taking over Afghanistan that we gave weapons to the militants who eventually took over and destroyed the country. I once knew a woman from Afghanistan. She moved to the States about 20 years ago or so, and back in the day, Afghanistan was a very different country. It was very Western. And I'm glad my friend got out before it all went to hell. Ever see pictures of Afghanistan back in the 70s?
No.
Women wore miniskirts and were receiving an education. People were allowed to be happy in the streets. Not like that anymore over there. Anyway, I'm glad we're speaking again.
And we resumed right where we had left off, talking every day online, watching the same shows on TV. He was the first person I would talk to every day, and the last person I would talk to before going to bed every night.
Not to dwell on unpleasant subjects, but when did he die again?
2003. I didn't know right away. One day we were talking online. Next day, it stopped. I figured he was dead, but I wasn't sure. And then a few years later, I just did a Google search one day. Googled his name and stumbled upon his obituary. And it was from around the time he vanished from my life.
Kyle worked in the computer lab at SUNY Potsdam for 15 years. He is survived by his loving mother, father, and fiancée, Alice. Fiancée? Fiancée?
The obituaries seem to have been written by his parents. They rewrote the parts of his life story that they were uncomfortable with. He was now straight. Cause of death, pneumonia.
I can't believe he's gone.
Janet, what do you think happens when you die? Like heaven and hell, or do you believe in any of that stuff?
I don't know. I never believe in anything I can't see.
Smith, do you believe in an afterlife?
Never thought much about it, but I have been places where I feel a presence. So, I guess I do.
So Janet, you believe this is it? The world we live in right now, like there's no such thing as the human soul, just this physical body which falls apart and rots over time.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a bleak and depressing outlook, don't you think?
What's so bleak about it?
Ceasing to exist. Nothingness.
It's no different than before you were born. Can you remember before you were born? You had no consciousness then, now did you?
Wait, you know who could absolutely remember before they were born? Shirley MacLaine.
I naturally like the idea of heaven, but hope there isn't a hell.
So, where would the bad people go? Would you want Charles Manson to go to heaven?
Maybe a place where people can go to repent and be redeemed, and then go to a paradise-type place like everyone else.
Wait. Even the likes of Charles Manson.
Yes. Even the likes of a Charles Manson. Or well, I guess that's kind of like the Catholic concept of purgatory.
Purgatory is a perfect example of what I hate about organized religion. Remember, there was a time when the Catholic Church actually told people they could pay them so that their loved ones could leave purgatory and get into heaven. A disgusting money-making scam.
But there's more to it than just that. Even the worst of us, like a Hitler or a Stalin, can go to purgatory, atone for their sins, and then be saved. Then there's even hope for you and me.
Actually, I gotta get back to the house. Dad's been with her all day, taking care of her.
Thought they were sending people from hospice to help.
Yeah, they come in for a couple hours every day, but my mother really can't be left alone. I mean, she's up in her favorite chair. But it can sometimes take my father and I an hour to get her in a comfortable position.
She really can't move well?
No.
Look, I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Then there's the whole, concept of eternity. How does that not scare people of faith? Even eternal bliss in heaven, I mean, think of it! Never ending. Never changing. Have you ever heard anyone speak of something in real life that took an eternity or seemed to go on forever that was any good?
I always like the Native American idea that the souls of our loved ones live on in the earth or the trees and watch us. Or is that Wiccan? Or both? Or
yeah, or like that moth I see flying. Like, that could be the transmigrating soul of one of our ancestors on their way to
where?
What?
You were saying the moth was on its way to...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you've had enough now.
Blackout. Scene 3. Eben's parents' home. Present day. It's evening. About 9 p.m. There is now a chair in front of Eben's computer. Mother sits in the chair, asleep, with an IPAP mask on. Mavis is on the living room couch reading a book to Mother.
Sylvia then wandered around Simon's apartment when she stumbled upon an open passage behind his bookcase in his private library. She was curious. She knew if he woke up and caught her snooping around the apartment, he might see her as desperate. He might never ask her out again. Good stuff, huh? But she pressed on and wandered into the secret room. The walls were black, save for one accent wall, which was bright red. She then noticed a cage with what appeared to be dog masks on 3 rows of shelves on the bright red wall.
Where's Dad?
He was tired, so he went up to bed. I was just reading to your mother. Some wild shit.
You're actually reading this to my mother?
Yeah, I know. It's just smut. And badly written smut at that, but still fun.
I know. I used to love those up all night bad movies USA showed at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, like Vice Academy.
Yeah. Actually, I loved that.
The second one was kind of a letdown though.
Yeah. The bimbo cop part was pretty funny though.
Yeah.
So, how's Mom doing?
About the same, really. She keeps drifting in and out. She and I were actually having a conversation for a couple minutes today, but then, well, you know how it is.
Yeah. Hey, look. Thanks for being there for us now.
Your mother's my best friend. Look, do you want me to get you something from the kitchen?
No. I'm fine. Why don't you go home and get some rest? I got this now.
You sure? I mean, if you need help...
It'll be fine. How much sleep have you been getting lately?
2 or 3 hours a night.
You need your rest too. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, have a good night. Take care.
Oh, Eben, is that you? I thought I heard your car. Is Mavis still here?
No. She just left.
Need me to help with anything?
No.
Alright, I guess I'll just go back to bed. Holler if you need anything.
Thank you. I will.
Okay. Well, I guess I am rather tired, so, good night, Eben.
Suddenly, Sylvia felt Simon slap her ass. You have been a naughty, naughty girl. Go get me that riding crop from the corner there. Sylvia reluctantly did what she was asked. You're not going to dump me then? She asked with her lip quivering. Simon twisted her wrist, saying, Oh, that all depends on how you behave now. Oh, yikes. Yeah. Mom, Mavis can read the rest of this shit to you. I am not going to.
Thank God.
Can't believe it's been in the New York Times bestseller list for so long. I was never in favor of burning books, but...
You shouldn't make such jokes.
You laughed at it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You're being
Wait.
ridiculous.
Wait. You're with us again?
Where else would I be?
Point taken.
You better hide the unicorn before Ricky gets home, Lucy.
What? Okay, Mom. Okay. I'll get rid of the unicorn.
Good idea, Ethel. Can I have some French toast?
Mom, you awake again then?
Yes, I want French toast.
Okay.
This is the best French toast you've ever made.
She's asleep.
Did the Queen like the French toast?
Oh, Mom. You are. Oh, the Queen around here. Mm.
Oh my God, Macduff! I haven't seen you since
I was 14.
Wait, if you're here, then where's Grandma?
How I've missed you.
Oh, Macduff, how I've missed you.
Still a child, really. So easily distracted.
What? Wow. That was a weird dream.
Okay.
Whew.
Here's what we're gonna do. You are gonna pull from under this arm, and you're gonna pull from under this arm.
Wow. Even with imaginary people, she's still the one in charge. Well, she's more like her old self right now than I've seen her in a while.
Now, on account of...
Should I wake her up?
Should
Should I get Dad? She can't move herself into a comfortable position. This is... I mean, she really seems to think someone's there. Unless... Still a child, really. So easily distracted. I'm the one who's imagining there's no one there by my mother right now.
Eben, would you pray with me?
Sure.
Do you remember the Hail Mary?
I think I do. I'll try to remember.
Good.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
The Lord is
with thee.
Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy
Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now
and
at the hour of our death. Amen.
Amen. Wow. I can't believe I actually remembered it.
Lydia, are you thirsty?
Eben, can you get me a glass of water, please?
Sure thing. I'll be right back.
Ma, is it time?
Yes. I've come to take you home.
Wow! For the first time in months, I can actually breathe! Oh, and breathing feels so good. And my arthritis? My arthritis is gone!
It's like you've never felt more alive, isn't it? Ironic,
Wait.
no?
No. This can't be happening. I can't be dead. Then there's no way you're actually here.
Well, I know it's a cliche, and a very sitcom thing for a mother to gloat telling her daughter this. But you're wrong. And you're wrong.
Oh, it's you all right. But wait, Eben and Howard, how will they?
They will be fine. You will always be there with them.
Yes, I just worry so much about them.
Of course you do. It's only natural.
Ma, can I ask you something?
Anything.
Why was Midge
I
your favorite
have
child?
no idea what you're talking about. Really. I loved both my daughters equally.
No, you really didn't.
Midge has dreams all the time where she asks me why you were my favorite.
Howard is a good husband and a good father.
Yes, he is. I'm very happy for you.
No. In life, you never forgave him for luring me away from the convent life. Midge, you wanted Midge to marry and have children, but you never wanted that for me.
Look, Midge was a wild child. You always had your nose buried in books. As long as I could remember, you were more interested in learning than you were interested in people. I guess I just felt a connection with Midge. My mother and I didn't exactly get along, and I acted out. Boy, did I act out.
Ironically, Midge is now 3 times divorced, no kids, and I gave you a grandson.
I know. A wonderful grandson.
Yes, you were a wonderful grandparent to him. And you were his favorite grandparent. And you were an amazing grandmother.
Yes, I know. I was a better grandmother than mother.
Oh, shit. I wasn't saying that.
Doesn't matter if you were saying that or not. Look, it's true. Look, Lydia, I am sorry. I know you had a rough childhood. I was stuck in a bad marriage. And maybe I married and had children when I was too young. And no, I am aware that is no excuse. But
you did the best you could. I know, Mom. I know. I'm sorry.
You are an amazing mother. Some people take a painful childhood and turn it into a blueprint. Others, like you, take that same unhappy childhood and learn what not to do. I'm very, very proud of you for that.
Thank you, Ma. You don't know how much I have needed to hear that.
And I do want to thank you. Those final years when you, Midge, and Sam helped take care of me, you were all truly angels of mercy. Ready to go on your new journey now?
Older Eben walks in holding a glass of water. He doesn't see Mother or Grandmother. His eyes are fixed on the empty chair. Mother walks up to older Eben and caresses his face. She kisses him on the forehead. Grandmother gently takes Mother's hand. Mother and Grandmother exit. Older Eben walks to the empty chair, kneels beside it, resting his head on the seat of the chair, sobbing. Blackout. Scene 4. 1 week later.
Hard to believe your mother's
I can't
gone.
believe it's been a week already. Hasn't completely sunk in yet. I'm still feeling, I don't know, kind of numb.
Got plans for Easter?
Oh my God. I can't believe I totally forgot this coming weekend is Easter.
Well, you've had a lot on your mind.
I know,
But what? Cut yourself some slack.
Hey, Evan, your father
he's
around?
out driving around.
Just aimlessly?
Yeah. He likes to driving around the back roads for an hour or two every day.
It's good he's getting out, even to do that. When Frank died, I wouldn't leave our apartment for a month. Didn't shower. I smelled and looked like shit. My brother eventually came over and threw me in the shower and forced me to go out to dinner.
Look, Mavis went nuts cooking last night, so she insists on the two of you coming over for dinner tonight.
Thanks for the offer, but...
No buts. If you guys don't come over, we're just going to have to throw most of the food out. Tuna casserole, enough to feed a small
Evan,
army.
You guys should go over there for dinner tonight. There are starving kids in China.
Trying to pull a mother-esque guilt trip? Really?
Well, I think I deserve an A for effort.
I'm giving you an A, all right. But it doesn't stand for effort. Fuck. That was as lame as your starving kids in China thing. Ralph, Dad and I will be there. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Hi.
Oh, guess who's visiting Easter weekend? Saul!
Saul? Wow.
Anyway, he still has that cabin by Lake Winnipesaukee. And he was thinking we could all go on a fishing trip this weekend.
I don't know. It's
Oh,
Easter.
come on, Dad, you should go. When was the last time you guys all hung out like
I
that?
don't know.
I still had long hair.
Oh, I remember now. Mitchell, Haldeman, and Ehrlichman had all just been found guilty for the Watergate cover-up.
Right! We were watching the news on Saul's tiny 6-inch black and white TV set while he was cooking up that catfish he'd caught earlier.
Could he have used any more garlic? But he's trying to
It
kill
was
us?
a tiny place and you couldn't escape the smell. Even my pillow smelled like the garlicky catfish for the next 2 nights.
Though it didn't matter. Watching what was going on in the news, it felt like a weekend for celebrating. I remember coming home and Lydia just...
Dad, you okay?
Yeah, just hit me for a second. She's not here now.
Come on, what do you say about this weekend? You should get away and get your mind off things.
I don't know. I really don't.
Lydia wouldn't want you to stop living.
I know. It's just...
Don't forget, Saul lost his wife last year too, so it might be good for both of you.
Okay. Count me in.
Great. I'll tell Saul. And see you guys tonight.
Wait, we're going there tonight?
Yeah, for dinner. Mavis apparently made a shit ton of casserole.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go see if I still have my fishing gear in the garage. Maybe we can have another garlic catfish.
So, your father has Easter plans. What about you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe... No. It's ridiculous.
What?
I don't want to say it. It's embarrassing.
No, come on.
Well, I was thinking of... And again, just thinking of this.
Got it.
I was thinking maybe taking a little trip upstate, spending the night at a cheap motel, and maybe, I don't know, it's weird.
You want to visit Kyle's grave?
I've never been there. I mean, we always talked about me visiting him there, but that trip never happened.
Do you want me to go with you?
I couldn't impose on you like that, no. Besides, you know, it really is a nutty idea anyway. I probably will just stay home. Maybe go to Easter Mass. I haven't done that in forever.
No, it's not weird. I make a point to visit Frank's grave twice a year. On his birthday and the anniversary of his death.
Sorry I never got to meet him. It's weird how you've been in my life since just before I came out.
How's that weird?
Well, you've been my rock. I didn't really... Okay. This is going to sound super hokey. But I didn't find my voice as a gay man until I met you. I mean, meeting you changed me. It's like that song,
Wow.
Wicked.
You're getting kind of real here. Not used to that. Look, the offer still stands. Do you want me to go with you?
If you're sure you don't mind.
No, it's set then. We're going to go visit Kyle's grave Easter weekend.
Thank you. But you really have been a good friend to me over the years. I know I tend to use sarcasm and stuff to mask my emotions and...
And don't you dare stop now.
You had a whole life story before you met me. My life story started with you.
Bitch, you went there. You miserable little wretched piece of shit.
Whore!
Blackout. Scene 5. A graveyard. Older Eben and Smith walk through the cemetery, looking at tombstones, while Smith consults with a map.
I don't mean to be critical, but next time I pick the place we stay
But
at.
it was only $75 a night.
Yes, but after sleeping in those beds, I do believe a Silkwood scrub down may be in order. Here it is. Evan, you okay?
I don't want to say it. I mean, we came all this way and...
And what? I'm here for you. What's going on?
Nothing.
What did you expect to find here today?
I don't know. Clarity, closure, a sense of what Kyle and I were or weren't.
It's okay, Evan.
He's not here. The remains of his body might be, but he is not here.
You want to stay a little longer? Want me to leave you alone here with your thoughts?
Maybe.
I'll be over there if you need me.
I do like old cemeteries. The statues, the family mausoleums.
It's like something out of Dracula.
Look, when I die, I don't want you to think that I'm in a place like this. People live on after death, in the memories and stories of loved ones. They do not live in a graveyard.
Smith! I'm ready to go home now, I guess.
It's funny today. I was out in the yard helping my mother with her gardening. I hate gardening.
See, I like gardening.
Oh, are you telling Kyle about that absolutely creepy thing you said today in the garden?
Yes. This little white garden makers we put in the garden to indicate what we were planting reminded me of tombstones. It's like a little mini graveyard out there.
You are one sick and twisted little soul. Sick and twisted.
Yeah.
Sick and twisted.
I've always thought that the garden markers look like tombstones too.
Really?
No, not really, but I can see it. Of course, gardens kind of are a place of death and rebirth when you think about it. Maybe that's why I love to garden.
Reminds me of the Greek myth of Persephone, the goddess of spring. In the winter, she goes down under the earth to the realm of the dead to be with her husband. Flowers and the crops wither and die.
And then in the spring, Persephone returns to the land of the living. The flowers and crops spring back to life in the same soil in which they died.
I gotta run. I'll talk to you later. Huh?
Yep. I gotta water the garden anyway.
A few weeks after going to the cemetery with Smith, I went down to New York City to see a show. I still don't know what I expected when I went to the cemetery, but that's beside the point. I was walking through Grand Central Station to catch my train home. Grand Central is perhaps one of my favorite places in the world. I looked up at the ceiling, saw all the constellations painted on it. And there in the corner was Pegasus. And at that moment, it was as if Kyle was there, standing next to me.
Fine. This person you met one weekend, have a pilgrimage, and sulk when you don't feel his presence? Do you ever feel my presence?
Every day. When I'm driving and listen to a song we used to like, or whenever I watch the news and start yelling at the TV. Especially with the vile, psychotic snakes we have in D.C. right now.
Right. I see where I rank as a priority. That's fine.
Mom, I'm sorry. I mean, I really do.
You are still so easy. So easy. So easy.
Burden.
When he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun.
That's beautiful.
I went to visit his grave today to tell him that Tim and I are having a baby.
Oh, that's right. Karl introduced the two of you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Have you picked out a name yet?
Kyle if it's a boy.
And what if it's a girl?
I don't know. Kyle's mother suggested Eleonora.
Eleonora?
It was the name she picked for Kyle if he was a girl, you know, before he was born.
When did you start talking to his mother?
She called a couple of times last month. She needed someone to talk to.
I would have slammed down the phone on her, the way she treated Kyle. She didn't speak to him for over a decade. How can a mother do that to her own child, just because he was gay?
I know. Look, I get it. She's been far from my favorite person through the years, and it's easy to judge her. But she lost her son, and her husband's sick. I can't begin to imagine how she feels right now.
True.
As I stood there, looking up at the constellations on the ceiling, I could feel Kyle holding my hand as he did all those years ago as we drove around and I showed him where I had grown up. The way his thumb would gently glide down the palm of my hand, and the twinkle in his eye whenever he grinned. I guess I felt what I had really hoped to feel that day in the cemetery in Canton. But such things can't be planned. Can they?